Welcome back to the Counting of the Omer. My name is Mike Sutcliffe, and I am one of the pastors here at Fringe Ministries. Today is day 33, Radiance from the Fire. Exodus 34:29 reads, "Now it happened when Moses was coming down from Mount Sinai, and the 2 tablets of the testimony were in Moses' hand as he was coming down from the mountain, that Moses did not know that the skin of his face shone because he had spoken with him." This wasn't Moses' first time on the mountain, but this time he stayed longer. 40 days and 40 nights, fasting, listening, waiting, receiving, alone in the thick cloud. Moses wasn't just getting instructions, he was entering into communion. The people below saw fire and smoke, but Moses walked into it. And the longer he remained, the more he was changed. Not by effort, not by striving, but simply by being in the presence of Yahweh. And when he came down, something was different. His face shone, a visible radiance that startled those around him. Moses didn't even know it was happening, but those who saw him could tell, this man has been with God. This was more than a glow. It was an outward evidence of inward transformation. Yahweh had marked Moses, not just with the stone tablets in his hands, but with the glory on his face. And this moment becomes a picture of what God desires for each of us, not to reflect religion, but to radiate relationship. To not just carry the words in our hands, but bear his presence in our being. Paul speaks to this mystery in 2 Corinthians 3, reminding us that while Moses wore a veil, we behold with unveiled face the glory of the Lord through Yeshua, and are being transformed from glory to glory. Moses came down shining, but through Messiah, the same glory is now being written into us. We often ask God to change our circumstances, but real transformation doesn't begin when things change around us. It begins when something changes within us, and that only happens in his presence. Moses didn't leave the mountain with clever strategies or spiritual confidence. He came down marked by the one he had met. The longer he stayed with God, the more his face reflected the glory of God. Not because he tried to shine, but because the fire of communion leaves a mark. What if we longed for God's presence the way Moses did? What if we waited longer, listened deeper, lingered until the word moved from information to revelation? What if instead of rushing to do for God, we made it our priority to be with God? The world doesn't need more religious activity. It needs radiant people. Those who carry peace when others panic, grace when others accuse, truth when others compromise. People whose lives whisper, "I've been with him." That's the fire we need. Not the fire that flashes once, but the one that transforms us slowly, steadily, and deeply. Yeshua has made the way for us to enter the holy place, not just occasionally, but continually. The veil is torn. The invitation stands. The question is, will we come? Let me ask you a question today. Are you making time not to just learn about God, but to be with him? What would it take to slow down, stay longer, and let his presence shape you in a way others can see? Let's pray together. Yahweh, teach us to linger. We don't want to leave your presence the same way we entered. Let your word burn in us. Let your glory rest on us. Yeshua, thank you for making the way into the holy place. Shape us in that place until what shines in us is not self, but you. All right, friends, thank you for joining me for today's counting of the Omer. And if it was a blessing to you, yeah, please share it with a friend today. And I hope that you'll join me tomorrow for day 34.